Yo, what's up? So right now we're gonna react to a YouTube video from the Richest, and it's called "Cameras Catching Animals Taking Over During Lockdown." I actually think that no, I not think I knew this was gonna happen, because a lot of people are being quarantined in their houses, so animals would be like, "Oh, no one's outside, so let's just go roam around." So if you guys want to see the original video, or link to the description down below. Also, link is in this description to check out the Richest. Richest, I'm a big fan. I'm probably gonna react to your videos in the future, so let's dive on it.
With social distancing measures in place, humans all over the world are staying home, which means that wild animals are braving now empty city streets in search of food. While zoo animals are trying to get used to their lack of visitors, wild animals have been out there having the time of their life. From hungry rats storming the streets of New Orleans to alligators going for leisurely strolls downtown, it seems like Mother Nature is seizing her opportunity to take over. Here are 10 of the strangest animals that are using this quiet time as a way to casually expand their territory. Mountain lions in the U.S. are using this
I'm already done. Mountain lions in the U.S. I'm done. Bye, everyone.
human-free period to get social in residential neighborhoods. Pictures of 3 mountain lions wandering through North Boulder, Colorado were recently posted on social media, with Boulder police confirming they've also received numerous calls about the animals wandering too close for comfort. Even loners are using this time for a little exploration. Chilean authorities captured 2 huge mountain lions a little more than a week apart. First, a 66-pound male was captured wandering too close to people's backyards. Then, a 48.5-pound female was caught on video running down a road in a condominium development in Chicureo, just north of the capital. The normally bustling city of 6 million is now under a nighttime curfew, leaving these mountain lions with the night completely to themselves, whether they're searching for food or just a little fun. Once they were captured, the big cats were examined and then released far away from the city. But these probably aren't the only 2 mountain lions who'll be taking a tour of residential neighborhoods as the nighttime curfew continues. A bear in an Asturian town was seen taking advantage of the peace and quiet by wandering through the streets in search of any forgotten food. The bear didn't get up to a whole lot on his stroll through the neighborhood, though bears...
I even thought to myself, lockdown, everyone has a curfew, animals are gonna be out there roaming the streets. I already knew this. I had a fear that this would happen.
You have a nasty habit of getting into any unprotected food or garbage and leaving a gigantic mess behind for someone else to clean up. Like this next bear, who was seen wandering around an Arcadia neighborhood in California in the early hours of the morning. The huge black bear was first spotted and leaving a trail of trash in its wake. A few hours after first being spotted, the same bear was seen again, still looking for breakfast and knocking over even more trash cans. Thankfully, it gave up its search and headed back into the Angeles National Forest. But with that kind of behavior, residents won't be happy to welcome the bear back to their neighborhood anytime soon. Twitter has been buzzing with photographs of relaxed coyotes enjoying the sun in normally busy areas of San Francisco. The coyotes were seen napping, lounging, and going for strolls in all the best pedestrian areas. Honestly, they all look like they're enjoying the downtime much more than the rest of us. Coyotes have long been a problem for residential areas, especially when it comes to them attacking small pets like cats and dogs. Though it's completely normal to see them wandering the streets during such a quiet time, and they will usually keep their distance.
Yeah, Logan, Paul. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to go that far.
From humans, it's best if any coyote sightings are treated with a lot of caution. What really has residents worried is the possibility that the wolves and jackals may be the next canines to make an appearance, as their prey moves closer to human territory. Can you imagine a giant wolf vacationing in your backyard? But once humans start moving around again like normal, it's likely that even the bravest wild canine will quickly find its way back to the comfort and quiet of the forest. You might have seen this insane image of a lion that Russian President Vladimir Putin allegedly let loose in a Russian city to keep the residents inside. However, if you're worried for Russian...
Why would he? Oh my god. So you basically just let lions roam around the city just to keep people inside. That is actually insane. Why would you do that?
citizens and their new big cat cards, you'll
Madagascar.
be relieved to know that these lion sightings are 100% fake. The
Oh,
fake
that's
news
thank God.
story said that Putin had released about 800 lions and tigers to keep his citizens indoors during the lockdown. The info came from a post by Twitter user Nasir Chinioti. But Global News did a little digging into this one, and it turns out that the image is from a Daily Mail story published in April of 2016. The lion in the photo is actually in Johannesburg, South Africa, not even in Russia. As for true stories of lions or tigers roaming the streets during quarantine, you'll be relieved to know that there aren't any. The lions and tigers who live near cities are in the zoos and animal sanctuaries. And while we might think they're enjoying the lack of visitors, zoo officials have actually been saying that most of their animals miss the attention. Having no audience
God.
be quite a blow to the king of the jungle's self-esteem. So did you originally believe the sensationalized story? Let us know in the comments. Be honest. There are only a few things scarier than opening your back door and finding an alligator making itself comfortable on your lawn. But that is exactly what's happening to residents of South Carolina, who are seeing alligators everywhere. They're in yards, on beaches, and even doing some window shopping. In areas that would be bustling with spring breakers under normal circumstances, alligators have taken it upon themselves to start the party. A video posted on Instagram showed an alligator casually strolling outside the shops at Barefoot Landing in Myrtle Beach. With no humans around, the alligator was able to take his time as he explored the land that he would never have dared to explore before. Authorities have gotten calls about alligators lounging on now empty beaches and slinking into backyards. But for now, officials say it's best for citizens to keep their distance and let nature run its course until life returns to normal. Backyard alligators will be removed if necessary, but for now, they've got the run of the land when it comes to shopping and lounging.
Yeah, if there's an alligator outside my house, well, I know I live in Jersey, so that's not really gonna happen. But if there was an alligator outside my house, I'm not leaving the house no matter no questions asked. If I see it, nope, I'm not going outside. I don't care.
On what has become their own private beaches. Social distancing rules in New Orleans are starting to cause a whole other kind of problem for the city. With restaurants closed and people no longer wandering the streets and discarding food, rats have taken it upon themselves to expand their scavenging area. The rodents, which usually stick to the city's alleyways and trash cans, are now out in the open street searching for any food that they can get their paws on. One citizen who was just trying to go for an evening stroll turned around almost immediately when he caught sight of a group of 30 rats feasting on something in the middle of the street. This large group of feeding rats is a very rare sight for residents who are aware of the amount of rats in the city, but usually manage to go a day without seeing them everywhere. To control the population, city crews have started putting bait in gutters and placing rat traps throughout the most rat-infested neighborhoods. Their biggest worry is that the rats could cause serious damage to the vacant businesses or even start to wander into people's homes.
Like, oh my God! Like even at the stands, the food stands you're getting into. Oh my God! Like wasn't it? Oh my God!
The streets in Thailand are still loud and bustling with activity, just not from humans. No, the commotion is coming from large groups of rowdy monkeys who are brawling in once busy neighborhoods where they're used to getting the occasional snack from interested tourists. One video shows these monkeys seeming to fight with each other over a pot of yogurt left lying in the street. The hope is that they won't bring their rowdy behavior into anybody's yard or balcony. The video was filmed in La Fiori, a city that's famed for its large monkey population. But with fewer people around to offer them food, the monkeys are becoming restless and scavenging on their own, causing some roadblocks for still working citizens who need to commute. The monkeys' moods will significantly improve once humans are able to start moving around again. As long as those humans make sure to keep a few snacks aside for their primate pals, and hopefully the reintroduction of humans will convince these monkeys to be a little more civilized and break up these giant clusters of hungry hooligans. Our next entry is a creature that most of us don't get to see too often. This popular video was taken in India, with the poster claiming that it was a rare sighting of a critically endangered Malabar civet.
A what? What is a civet? I don't know what.
The species hasn't been seen in person since
Ew.
the 1990s, but sadly the real story isn't quite so rare. Parveen Kaswan, a member of the India Forest Service, and Kalyan Varma, a wildlife photographer, both identify the animal as the more common small Indian civet. While the creature might not be as rare as we were first led to believe, it's still a pretty cool sighting to see the animal roaming in the streets. The mammal is usually nocturnal, but seems to be enjoying a daytime stroll as the few people out keep their distance. They don't pose much of a threat to people, and sometimes they make their way into the public even when lockdown isn't in place. But Indian towns will probably be seeing a lot more of them in the next few weeks as they brave the human-free streets for much-needed exploration. A coastal town in North Wales is under siege by a bunch of brave goats. Just days after the UK went into lockdown, these
goats,
Orme Kashmiri goats, were seen making their way down the headlands to find out where all the people had gone. Residents of Llandundo spotted herds of them grazing and horsing around various streets, fields, and gardens. Videos and pictures shared online show the goats grazing on grass from flower beds, residential yards, and even church grounds. Seeing the goats isn't that strange for the residents, since they sometimes will go to the foot of the headlands to meet people during normal times. But now they seem to have no reservation about making it known to...
Yo, they're like, yo, where everybody at? Like, they usually be out here. Like, where they at?
The citizens that the town belongs to them for the next little while. The goats don't pose a huge danger, but residents who are trying to work on their gardening during the lockdown might want to keep an eye out for wild goats trying to eat their flowers. Gigantic wild boars all over the world have been brave enough to take their entire families out into normally bustling city centers. These boars in Israel were spotted with tiny babies in tow as they searched for food and grazed in public parks. There have also been sightings of large pigs roaming the streets of Paris. They walk down once busy tourist destinations in search of food and a good time. Pigs have also been spotted in Italy, which has been in lockdown for a while now. While the pigs usually keep to themselves, they can get pretty protective when their babies are involved. So it's best for residents to keep their distance. But from the safety of your own window, the sight of a pig and some little piglets is the opposite of a problem. Which of these animals would you absolutely hate to see walking around in your neighborhood? And have you seen any wild animals taking over your town? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to The Richest for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All I gotta say about that is I don't want to see no mountain lions, no bears, no alligators. How about the harmless animals? See, if it was like a goat or a deer or a squirrel, I don't care. But if it's something that can actually harm me, then that's a problem. So that's all I really have to say. Subscribe to The Richest if you guys want to check them out. I'll leave the link to this video in the description. That's not a good one. Loch Ness Monster is finally caught by webcam. Okay, I might check that out. So if you guys want, if you guys know the video, links in the description down below. So I haven't I can't do this today. Yeah. So I have nothing else to say. So I'm out.